Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Dimitris, and I play Castor the Druid.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I play Kiriki.
Hello, my name is Kevin, and I play Malachi.
Hi, I'm Magda, and I'm playing Nepheli.
There was some angst in the news recently about somebody releasing an Avatar movie. and I thought it would be fun to talk about it, because we don't. And it turns out that is the only show that Becca has seen that the rest of us have not.
Wildly.
Yeah, that's shocking, because we have been making fun of her for about 3 years now for it. So I didn't know this. This is a mark of celebration.
I grew up on Avatar. It's what I watched as a growing child.
I wanted to know, if everybody lived in the world of Avatar, what element would you actually be the bender of, or want to be the bender of? Personally, I like water bending. I think it feels like the element that does everything. You could do like a damage dealer, you could be a healer, you could do crowd control. It's basically like a cleric of Avatar, but also kind of a villain if you want it to be, because I don't know too much about it. Becca could enlighten us, but I believe there's something called blood bending, which is part of water bending.
Yeah, it's not like it's an easy thing to do, though. It's very difficult in the act that they can only do it during full moons. However, in Legends of Korra, there is a family who can bloodbend because their bending is so powerful, like they can do it without the full moon. So, but it's like, it's very rare. Even the healing part of waterbending is also harder to do because it requires to be like in tap with like spiritual, and it's not like something every waterbender can do.
Oh, I was just thinking like you could do like ice spikes, you could do like a barriers, and then you could do like, the healing part of it. But I didn't know it was rare. That sucks.
It's not like super rare, but it's rarer.
Rarer?
Yeah. I know. After I said it, I was like, fuck it.
Rarer.
Going for
It's, you know what? Thank you, Becca. I appreciate you.
Her knowledge of Avatar is gooder than ours. I personally was also going to say waterbending, but not for any of the reasons Todd said. I just, from what I know about the show, the waterbenders seem like the most chill people. They seem like they're just, kind of vibing, having a peaceful time. And I just want that. I would like to be peaceful and just have a vibe.
You'd be an airbender.
And you think I'd be an airbender?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your professional opinion on that one.
I think
what makes me an airbender?
Because you described the water tribe as, or like the water benders being much more like calm and stuff, but it's really the airbenders who tend to have the more peaceful, like nomadic side and things like that. They are the like true like monks and pacifists of the show.
It's hard to know because they're all fucking dead.
Fair enough.
Well,
yeah, that makes sense. That I just want to be whatever bender seems to be vibing and just wants to chill and not go, starting wars with all the other nations. That sounds like a good time.
The airbenders. They were peaceful. They did not start wars with anybody. Everyone started beef with them.
Oh.
I personally think, go ahead.
Sorry. No, please.
I think I'd be a waterbender just because of where I'm located. Being a waterbender just makes the most sense.
Is that algae?
There are, in the show, there are like people who live in the swamp and they bend water. They're like swamp benders and stuff, and they can like bend plants. Like they bend the water in plants and stuff.
That would be so cool, because you would bend the water with an alligator in it and throw
That's
it at
what I was
the
thinking. I was like, that's going to level that shit up. Like, I'm thinking ice spikes, and she's like, I'm going to throw alligators at people.
I would definitely be an earthbender. 100%.
I believe it.
Yeah, I could see that.
100%. I think they are the coolest. I think they are the strongest.
Bunch of hippies.
Isn't
they have a lot of substrate or subclass bending as well with sand bending, metal bending, and lava bending.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, isn't it true that like the earthbenders can bend basically any mineral? It doesn't have to just be straight up like rock.
Right, yeah.
Lava bending? What the fuck?
In a world such as ours, I can imagine that would translate into things like steel bending and stuff like that, you know?
It's true.
Maybe you want to change your answer now that you heard that.
Well, I was just thinking, like, I thought it'd be funny if, like, a firebender was like, aha, I have fire, kneel before me, and then earthbender was like, oh, yeah, check this shit out. It's called lava.
It's called
pretty
lava.
great. Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah, metal bending is they can feel the earth mineral in metal and bend it.
Honestly, like I said, I haven't watched the show. I know it's mostly from Tumblr and by association. At first I kinda thought about water bending, mostly because, like, due to how it's based on Inuit culture, it's fascinating, but according to my husband, I'd be a firebender due to how petty I am.
I wasn't thinking that. I thought you would be a firebender, but that's not the reason I was going for. If I'm remembering it correctly, in the original Avatar, when Aang is learning to firebend, they go and find the original benders, which are dragons, and they see that firebending isn't about, like, a lot of people think it's like destruction and things, but the original benders and even like the sun people believed it as like creation and rebirth kind of thing. So it was like, it was much more peaceful and helpful than the way it was being utilized at the time in the show. Yeah, it's depicted that each of the, like, benders learned from the original benders. So, like, firebending was dragons, earthbending was badger moles. Badger moles, yeah. They're giant, they're really big, like, creatures.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
They were featured in the Netflix show. They showed one.
They're massive. And then the moon was the original waterbender teacher. And then it was the air bison for airbenders, I believe.
Damn, I want one of these fucking badger moles. I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna be an earthbender just so I can ride a badger mole.
So, out of the people here, who do y'all think would absolutely misuse their element first?
Me.
You? For sure.
Oh yeah. If I was actually an airbender, yeah.
Traffic? What traffic?
I would be blowing people left and right. Yeah, I don't like you. Whoosh, you're gone. Get out of here. Fuck
Careful
off.
how you phrase that. Blowing people left and right is not a good way to say that.
That's for the other podcast.
Listen, I don't have another word for it. Winding people left and right? I don't know what you want from me.
Sounds more like waterbending to me.
So one of my other questions I was going to ask, it was going to be, what's the dumbest way you'd use your bending power? But I guess blowing people out of your way just because you don't like them, I'm going to put that on the redonkulous list.
Yeah.
I feel like earthbending, you could do the same thing where you, like, shift the ground under people's feet to get them to move out of your way.
Oh, man. Earthbending, but instead of using your powers for good, you just raise the ground slightly so people trip all the time. Just the pettiest little things like that.
That'd be hilarious, and I'd love it.
That's how Toph would use her powers in the show. Petty.
I feel like if you were a waterbender, it would just be fun to, like, I don't know, create rain over somebody. Just, like, make little storm clouds or something. I don't know if that's a waterbender thing.
I don't think so, because you can, like, put water over top of them, but you can't make, like, clouds.
Imagine being just petty enough to learn bloodbending so you can annoy people by jump-starting menstruation in them.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Or giving them boners.
inconveniences.
Weaponized boners.
Maybe I'm not the worst person here.
Anyway, you guys should watch the show. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 would recommend, as I am.
If I start now, I might make it in time for the movie to actually legally come out.
Mm-hmm. I do recommend watching Legend of Korra as well. It gets a lot of shit because people think it's poorly written, and it's like, no, everybody's just misogynistic.
I've heard only good things about it.
What a surprise.
Yeah. It's like Korra is very different from Aang, so she's also a teenage girl, and she's also a little more frustrating because her personality is much more abrasive. She's very throw hands first, ask questions later, which I like.
Yeah. I get that.
Shocker. Yeah. Becca, give us a good Avatar quote.
Oh no, my cabbages.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast. Pharis, a town in the southwest of Laconia, sitting amidst the tall hills separating the mighty Sparta from the southern coast. It was rumored to house a royal treasury, a collection of priceless artifacts and riches owned by the Spartan nobility, stowed away quietly in a vault.
You've gone mad this time, Malachi.
A man, draped in heavy dark leathers, with an old and scuffed Athenian breastplate peeking through, stood behind Malachi atop a hill overlooking Pharis from afar. This man, named Kalanos, was taller than Malachi, with a thick curly beard that offset his hairless head. His face was pockmarked with old scars and wounds from the years of their brigandage. Malachi, clad in his own set of rough patched-together leathers and a loosely connected dark cape, watched the town carefully, looking for any sign of movement or change. I spent a lot of time ripping fingernails from that scout to learn when the Spartans would be absent. We only have today. The changing of the guard patrols will only be happening for a couple of hours. I might be mad. After today, I'll be mad and rich. He turned to Kalanos with a smile, tapping a coin purse on his belt with a muffled jingle.
You'll be dead. We shouldn't even be this close to Sparta if the information is wrong.
A loud slap rings out with the contact of Malachi's hand to Kalanos' face. Don't question me to my face like that again, or it'll be something sharper than a hand striking you next. Kalanos' fist balls up in tempered anger towards the assault, but he restrains himself and lowers his head. Malachi pushes past the slightly larger man and makes his way down the hill a ways, finding himself amidst the rest of the small brigand force. There were roughly 20 men, all equipped in stolen armor and weapons from previous conquests. The men had all meandered around a makeshift camp, consisting of some hastily thrown-up lean-to tents and bedrolls. As Malachi approached them, they all drew their attention toward him expectantly. All right, listen up. We only have a couple of hours to move on this. According to what we've learned, the Spartan forces guarding the vaults are leaving for a guard rotation at midday. There will be a short period of time where the current guards will be outside the town for this process. That is our chance to storm the vault and take as much as possible. We don't have time for hostages, we don't have time for interference, and we certainly don't have time for civilian possessions. Don't fuck around and waste time going through the local pottery shop. The wealth in the vault is all we're here for. Stay close to each other. Kill anything or anyone in your way. Set fire to the homes around the fringes as we move in. That should keep them busy. As he spoke, a number of men in the group smiled, and even chuckled at the thought. Any sign of Spartan warriors and we fight our way back out. Don't be scared of their reputation. That's precisely what they want. They are just men like us, and they could die just as easy. He pulls his gladius from its sheath and holds it out towards the men in a wide, slow, and sweeping motion. And if we do end up in a fight, and I see any one of you attempt to flee, I'll personally hunt you down and gut you myself. Slight murmur of agreement, and a few stray laughs fill the air. Malachi's sword moves from its threatening position to point down the hill. Now get going. Do things right, and we can all walk out of this rich. A rumble of cheers and laughter echo from the group as Malachi marches them down the hill, just to the edge of Ferris. It is said that arrogance blinds you, and never could a more apt expression have been brought to life than the moments that followed the brigands' entry into Ferris. As they march past the outer wall and into the town proper, with confidence and pride leading the charge, they found themselves unopposed. Malachi smiled. Easy, he thought. But something was wrong. They were too unopposed. There were no guards or soldiers, yes, but also no citizens, no people. As torches flew onto the rooftops behind him and buildings began to catch flame, Malachi was suddenly overtaken by an unspeakable sinking feeling in his gut. Kalanos marched up beside him, watching the buildings and peering around with a confused look on his face.
There should be
Blood spattered across Malachi's face as he acknowledges the arrowhead protruding from Kalanos' throat. A heartbeat. Another. And then realization. Ambush! Malachi screams as he grabs onto the now falling body of Kalanos and uses it for cover from a follow-up of volley of arrows. He feels the impact and hears the sounds of arrows piercing the body, followed by shouts and screams of his men shortly behind him, some of them immediately felled by arrows as well. Shields rise, arrows are blocked, and then another shout, but not from his men, but from the buildings all around him. In moments, Spartan soldiers begin to pour out of the surrounding homes and hovels, brandishing spears and large rounded shields bearing the mark of Sparta. Malachi drops Kalanos' body and brings his gladius around to bear as he is immediately attacked by two Spartans. He redirects a blow from one, while spinning to deliver an attack of his own, only to be met by a sturdy wall of a shield. He thinks quickly, dropping to a knee and slashing out in a wide sweep at their legs. And as the two men nimbly dodge back to avoid the attack, Malachi uses the space he created to leap up and grab onto the spear shaft of one of them. With a pole and a tactfully placed strike, his gladius finds purchase along the exposed neck of the Spartan. As that first man drops back, Malachi is quick to reposition himself to face the other, who is already full thrust with his spear. Ah! Malachi screams in pain as the spear digs deeply into his gut. Then, with a roar, he pulls himself backward and dodges to the left, attacking the Spartan from the side. However, a shield once again blocks him. Taking the momentum in stride, he quickly dives behind the Spartan and leaps back to his feet, in one fluid motion, sinking his blade deep into the man's side with a forceful stab. With a groan and a thump, the Spartan soldier collapses to the ground. Malachi looks back to his men. Dead. So many dead. Only 5 or 6 stand their ground, back to back as they try desperately to fend off more than a dozen Spartans.
Malachi!
They plead. They die. Blades meet flesh and blood falls from the sky like rain. Malachi stares for a moment, looking out at the small group of Spartans lowering their spears towards him as they slowly approach. He runs. Full sprint back through the homes and houses towards the edge, the pain in his gut feeling hot as flame. He burges through the wooden door into a small barn at the edge of town. What have I done? How could I not see it? I walked right into the ambush like a fool. He leans against a table. His right hand drops the gladius with a small clatter and reaches down to his stomach. Warm, wet blood and sharp, burning pain. His vision has started to blur. His mind starts to numb. In the distance, screams of his men fall silent. Only the muffled shouts of command between the Spartans remains, and the slowing sound of his heartbeat, thumping in ever slower rhythm in his ears. He falls to a knee, then to his back. Damn them! Damn them all! His vision fades to black. His blood-impaired breathing slows. A flash of his life passes in a moment, to a young boy running through the wheat fields with dreams of grandeur, and then a life lived of murder, greed, and treachery. A vile, hateful man who fled from the only people that respected them. He let them down. He let them die. He led them to their deaths. And then he fled. Now alone in a cold, empty barn, surrounded by no one other than his own failure, Malachi exhaled one last ragged breath, and then silence.
Good job, sir. Very good job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so, as always, inspiration.
Thank you.
You want to talk about last week?
Not really, but you're gonna anyways.
That's fair. Last week on the Dungeon Speak podcast, after freeing soldiers of Greece, the party has decided to visit the home of Nepheli in Corinth, where they will surely be met with an evening meal that she's used to, like a well-cooked but juicy lamb, a soft wheat flatbread that is coated in olive oil, a spread of vegetables like lentils, chickpeas, garlic, onions, leeks, and greens dressed in oil and herbs, not to mention the finely aged sheep cheese, options of figs, grapes, and honey cakes, and not to mention the Chios wine that is poured throughout the evening. I might have been hungry while doing this recap. In the meantime, though, they wanted to swing by the great city of Athens during this 4-day journey. It was there that they used the invisible Falcon Castor drone to scout the city. He found hundreds of the flying demons in a moving position sitting on rooftops and the streets, seemingly frozen in time, but still alive. He found traces of a large battle that took place outside the initial demon invasion, but I did forget to mention that the east side of the Parthenon, or Temple of Athena, that lays at the top of the Acropolis was completely knocked out. It is possible that citizens tried to hide there or fight inside there, but it looked like one large creature or object made a hole in the side of it about 25 or 30 feet wide. He saw what looked like a dead archer wearing purple, but it was watching him fly down the streets. So Castor decided it was time to leave, and the party decided that was a problem for future them. The next morning, after setting out, the party quickly found a group of what looked like minotaurs, but they were corrupted by the influence of the dark creatures that have taken over. There was a handful of archers with 6 arms, and a couple of shaman or mystic-looking minotaurs wielding stabs that had skulls perched at the top. They were all large and muscular. Again, future problem. That one's for the gods. Next, the party ran into a couple of centaurs that had just finished fishing. Castor and Nepheli negotiated peace between the two parties. At first, one of the centaurs was very agitated and aggressive towards the pair until Castor showed that he bled red blood. The centaurs told them of demons appearing to be as humans and then killed most of their clan during the night. Castor and Nepheli shared their experience with the same demon before Castor was gifted with 2 fish, and the centaurs moved on north, quoting that safety lies by Olympus. Going into the early evening, however, approaching Corinth from the Isthmian Gate, the party sees its stone walls lined with disciplined guards standing firm beneath the fading gold of the evening sun. Something invisible marks some kind of boundary to Corinth's protection, enclosing the refugees gathered just inside the gate in an uneasy calm. Beyond that invisible barrier is where the world turns wrong. Hundreds of demons press against the edge of this unseen dome, twisted forms pacing, clawing, or simply watching. Their presence is a churning mass of malice held at bay. Above, along the slopes of the sacred heights and the looming Corinth, winged horrors circle endlessly, dark and demonic shapes gliding through the air, dipping low as if testing the boundary before pulling away again. The city stands untouched, orderly, and strangely peaceful, while just beyond it, the darkness waits, patient and hungry. With that in mind, the party hatches a plan. Castor is to scout as a bird, Malachi is to fly invisible, and then when he is a few hundred feet where the demons seem to be stopped, 50 feet up, he dimension doors into the city, finds a spot, plants a candlestick, and Kiriki teleports herself and Nepheli there. Castor flies into the city and perches on the stone walls near guards that haven't done anything yet. Malachi flies, turns visible with the mighty candlestick, and fails to teleport into the city. His mind is racked with pain, and his vision turns into like a spotted purple blur for a second before he regains his composure. As he is now 50 feet up, visible, a few hundred feet out from the safety and above hundreds of demons, everyone please roll initiative.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. I like to, so if this was like a movie, this would be the part where like you see this vision of how Malachi died in this past and maybe the regret he had. And then you like zoom out of that vision and you just see his eyes realizing what has happened as he is now above all these demons. Like, he died, remembered that, remembered where he could have been in life, remembered his sorry, and here he is again. So I will tell you now what I'm doing. I am rolling initiative for the demons, and then you guys are rolling initiative. And that right there, no bonus or anything to their initiative. If you do not decide to do something before their turn, it's going to get real bad real fast. So, I will tell you the number to beat for their flat rolled initiative is 18. So with that in mind, Malachi, how'd you do?
Well, initially, with before inspiration, I had a 7, which is very bad. But with Castor's graceful help, I have managed to boost that up to a 9.
I'm sorry, like a 9? Like
a 9.
9? Oh, okay.
1 below 10, 9.
Great. Castor, what's yours?
15.
All right. Nefeli?
19.
Well, that's good. And
God.
Kirki?
12.
Everybody is so far away from Malachi right now. The closest
Hundreds
one
of
is
feet.
Yeah, the closest is Castor, who is perched on a wall as a bird, at least 400 feet away, because he went all the way to the wall. And I'm not saying you shouldn't went all the way to the wall. It's a good choice. You know, you're going to live through this, unlike somebody. But Nefeli, you are the first to go. You got to be watching. I mean, what else are you going to do besides sit there in anticipation and suspense and be like, come on, Malachi. And then you see him turn visible, which is part of the plan. And then you see him maybe grab his head or something, or he just acts kind of weird for a second as he just floats there 50 feet up and does not teleport. What are you thinking? What do you want to do? Is there anything you do? You are so far away, easily hundreds of feet.
Is he falling?
He is not falling.
Okay. When you say hundreds of feet, could you specify?
At least 300 feet.
Oh.
Because you guys wouldn't have wanted to be seen by the demons. And we didn't do any kind of stealth roll. You didn't get close. So I'm putting you 300 feet back because that'll guarantee your safety. I think initially I had said a quarter mile, but we'll just ignore that.
Yep, damn
Okay.
it. Well, I don't have any spells that could potentially help him. So I'm currently near Kiriki, correct?
Yes, you are.
Okay. You know what? Considering that you said we're fucked if we don't act, how far away is Castor from Nefeli?
Oh, easily 700 feet.
Great.
He's all the way in the city. He's safe. I think Castor will live through this. He'll find a new party.
Oh my god, you've put me in an impossible situation.
It's what I do.
Imagine how I feel.
You know that if you can get him to the Isthmian Gate, it has never been taken over. Armies have tried to get past this, and while it's never faced demonic armies, something seems to be keeping them out. You know it's a really defensible position. You studied, like, you don't know military, but you know the history. So you know if you can If you have anything that can help him get there faster, you know he'd be safe. Probably.
I'm torn whether to... Because I can't even fucking reach anything. All I can do is target Kireki. You know what? I'm casting haste on Kireki.
Okay.
And just let out a muffled scream whisper like, "Run, bitch, run!"
And you're screaming this to Malachi?
To Kireki.
Oh, okay.
So she can start bolting in his direction.
All right. So you help her and then insult her. Yeah. Wait. No, what did we call that the other day? That's a discouraging encouragement?
Compliment sandwich.
The compliment sandwich.
You know that? It's,
I
you
like
say
that.
a good thing, then you have the criticism, and then you say another good thing about them. That's a compliment sandwich. That's how you make criticism on someone. It's an actual tactic. Call it a compliment sandwich. Good, bad, good.
So yeah, I'm casting Kireki. I'm casting haste on Kireki, and is there perhaps any path that provides more cover than just like a straight one?
There are trees, there are rocks, there are mountains. There's plenty of cover. Like if y'all wanted to stay stealthed on your way there, you could, but you would move slower stealthed.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to do that.
But I mean, do you want to go ahead and? So you can't stealth this turn, because use your action to cast haste on her.
Okay.
But you can just get behind rocks, and I'll just say, unless somebody goes there looking for you, they don't see you.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Can you see in the dark?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, the sun is not down yet. It is a little after 5 o'clock. So you just, if it takes too long, then you might have some issues. But I just wanted to double check that.
I'll try my best.
All right. So you do that. You run up 30 feet, get behind a rock or something just to block view, and you tell her run. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, and now Kireki, her speed is doubled. She gets +2 to AC and has advantage on dexterity saving throw and gains an additional action on each of her turns.
That's pretty cool. Malachi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm here, floating.
Yeah.
Surrounded by demons. Got a headache.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's PG.
There are a lot of crazy things around you right now.
Yeah.
I have to check something.
Malachi's like floating there. After he gets done reeling from the headache, he looks around, realizes he's visible, looks around at all the creatures floating nearby him, and just slowly draws his sword. Under his breath, he goes, "Well, fuck, here we go."
Yeah. So, a lot of the demons start standing, turning around to look at you, and they're shocked. Just shocked that someone is weird enough to do this.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
Me too.
So, some of the flying demons do kind of turn towards you because there's basically a path of rock that leads into the gate or the city, and then there's water on either side. The large harbor to your left, a rumored smaller harbor to your right that she talked about. Most of the flying creatures are above the water. A few of them turn around, but most of them they're trying to find out where to go, so they're not really paying attention. Some of the demons stand up to their full height, and you can see that they get as tall as about 20 to 25 feet. You can see some weapons are igniting, having fire or some kind of purple abyssal light go around them. They look like they're just basically preparing themselves. And as they stand, you realize that you are only probably 30 feet above some of them. There's just hundreds under your feet. What would be going through Malachi's mind at this exact moment?
He is looking at the situation, realizing there's no way he's going to fight his way out of this. And he is concocting a plan, which will come about on my turn and probably not work, but he's going to try anyways.
That's fair enough. So, as they're doing this, you hear someone in Abyssal. It sounds almost like a lighter voice, so it's either a smaller creature or a female yell to not kill you. But you can't make out who it is just because there's so many. But under you, you see a creature kind of burrow its way through this dirt and rock. And it has like pinchers on the front, almost like a crab, but they're hooked. It has legs like a spider. It has a head that almost resembles like a boar, but it has these kind of red glowing eyes. And it looks like it has 8 different tusks, like three sets on top and 1 set on the bottom. And so it does this, and it unburrows underneath you, and then it sprays a web out at you. And can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Well, I suppose... Oh,
I'm sorry. Wait. It's Wisdom. A Wisdom saving throw.
A Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Or that's web?
So I apologize. There is it to hit. Does a 22 hit?
Not if I cast Shield.
Okay.
Which I do.
Okay.
Because God help me, I don't need this happening right now.
Does a 26 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it is one above my new adjusted AC.
There was 4 of them in the area.
That's fair.
So you see one web shoot past you, another one shoot past you on your left, and as you're kind of dodging to your left, one kind of gets you from behind, and you make a Wisdom saving throw.
Do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Wisdom save. Where's that? There it is. That is a 20 total.
Nice. So you are not unconscious.
Good.
And the other one was a 17 to hit.
Miss.
But you do see some of them start stretching their wings out as they look like they are about to fly, and they will be grabbing you. But they're spending this round getting ready and preparing to take you and not kill you. Castor, you're on the wall. You're a bird.
How far is Malachi from me?
Roughly 400 feet. You are beyond that protected barrier. Sitting on the wall. Humans all around you in armor. Refugees in front of you on the ground beyond the wall. Up all the way until about 10 feet from the protected area, where there seems to be a gap in the ground between the refugees and the demons that really want to get at them. And then you see Malachi just a few hundred feet from that point, just floating in the air. You can see little webs going. Pew, pew, pew.
I start flying towards Malachi.
All right. As a falcon, you will get there real quick.
How fast will I be at least 60 feet away from him?
You will not get 60 feet away from him. You will get to where you're about 200.
How many turns do I need to get 60 feet away from him?
120 feet around. 3 rounds.
All right. I'm flying.
Yeah, you're still invisible, so you have nothing to lose by just going.
Yep. I'm gunning it.
All right. So you take off from the wall, scare the shit out of people because rocks randomly fall.
Okay. I was going to say I'm invisible. So.
They're just like, they're scared to death. They're waiting for these demons to get through and kill them all, and then all of a sudden some rocks just for no reason fall from the wall. They're like, what was that? I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore. All right. Kiriki, you're hasted. You're 300 feet away. All you have to do is fight all these demons, and you can get to Malachi and save him.
Yes. Which is not doable.
Oh, that attitude.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Kiriki has started to move forward. Unfortunately, she'll begin to move because she's hasted. So now she's got the best way I can think is crackhead energy.
Yes.
And that is kind of the worst energy for someone something for Kiriki to have. So
Yep.
she's thinking about there's Malachi, but if she leaves, she's also leaving Nefeli here by herself behind the demons. And she's conflicted, so she's kind of pacing. She looked around at between Malachi and Nefeli and the army of demons, and I can't teleport to him without leaving Nefeli, and that's not a plan.
He's also floating 50
Yeah.
feet in the air.
That's not. I mean, I've grappled people in the air, so
Yeah.
Might not be good if he's not expecting it, though.
that's the best part about grappling people when they're floating in the air.
I would like to bring up the unseen truth here of the fact that he could be taken prisoner and tortured. He could be ripped to parts. He could be eaten alive. You've seen that happen. I mean, you could just put him out of his misery. Let it end quick.
Mhm.
You also know that Malachi is scrappy and tends to not die easily.
Yeah,
He
right.
gets knocked out a lot.
I said die, not knocked out.
That's fair. My bad. Yeah. He has not died yet. I don't think. Oh, wait, no. I think Adora brought him back once.
Nope. I don't think I've ever been revivified.
Nice. Good for you. Thanks, Castor.
Genuinely.
To do. So conflicted because the not smart thing is to run in there,
Mhm.
and Kiriki, if she is anything, she is smart.
Yep.
So, something we don't always talk about or bring up is the fact that you can make stat rolls. Like, if you are intelligent, like Kiriki is, and you're like, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, can I roll intelligence? And then you roll intelligence, and I'll be like, no, that's dumb, you'll die. What are you thinking? And then you do it, because it's Kiriki. She's brave. Death won't hold her back. Haha! But if you wanted to do that, that is possible. So if you have two decisions you're back and forth about, and you want to roll to see which one might be better, go for it.
I have one idea, but I don't know how it'll work.
I will not lie to you unless you roll a 1.
Okay. Kiriki's thinking about teleporting to Malachi so that there's 2 bodies instead of just the one near him, grappling onto him like she has done with flying enemies before. And then I'd have to wait an entire turn to teleport back out.
If I may,
Mm-hmm.
can you make an Arcana check?
Yes. Yes, I can. I say that, but probably not. 23.
You know for a fact that Malachi, it's not the spell that would hold you in the air, it's Malachi. You would both drop if you grabbed onto him after teleporting. And you,
We
given
would drop
the...
into the city?
No, into the demons.
Yeah, he's above the demons.
Right.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but don't do that.
Yeah, that's why she's conflicted, because there's a bunch of things that she can do. And leaving Nefeli here is not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have all 4 uses of your teleport?
I have, well, it's 3, but yeah, I have all 3 uses.
Oh.
Kiriki's just kind of pacing in a circle, because she doesn't know what to do. Can I make an intelligence check? Because I don't know what to do, because I'm not smart, but Kiriki is.
Yes, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
16. She's panicking.
I mean, so you know that Nefeli has actually mentioned before that she has a spell that keeps people from hitting her. I will give you a little more than usual free action to talk if you would like to bring that up and see if she has any ideas with it.
Nefeli, you said you had a spell that you can cast that keeps you from taking damage?
From being targeted, yes. How about you just run, and I'll protect myself and slowly inch my way towards the gates.
Above table. I don't know if this is too meta or not, but above table, I want to see if what I want to do on my turn will work. I would like it if you didn't die in the process.
Yeah, I'm cooking. So Kiriki looks and stares at her and then looks back and stands still, but kind of like twitching in place because she's hasted. So Kiriki is not going to be doing anything on her turn.
Ooh, really? Do you want to hold any action or?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Malachi, it is your turn.
First off, question. If I wanted to do a check, like an intimidation or persuasion check, would that be a bonus action?
I will make it a bonus action. I will tell you right now, don't bother with intimidation. You are severely outnumbered by much dangerous or more dangerous creatures.
But what if I have a very specific idea for intimidation that might sway you?
Okay. I'm only going to give you the option for one, so just don't waste it, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
First off, Malachi is going to cast the spell Shadow of Moil on himself. What this does, flame-like shadows wreath your body until the spell ends, causing you to become heavily obscured to others. The shadows turn dim light within 10 feet of you into darkness, the bright light in the same area into dim light. Until the spell ends, you have resistance to radiance damage. In addition, whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack, the shadows lash out at that creature, dealing 2d8 necrotic damage. Thematically, what happens is he casts this spell, and these wreath of dark shadows like flame erupt from his body, and two of large licks of flame spread out from his back to appear as like wings. And then he looks down upon the demons, and in Abyssal, he loudly shouts, "Enough! I am here by the right of Orcus. Any who touch me will suffer his wrath." And I'd like to make an intimidation check, because I heard his name in the vision in the grove.
Please make I'm sorry, not intimidation, deception.
Deception, but I'm trying to scare them.
I know, but you're invoking a name of somebody who you don't wear an emblem signifying that you work for him. If you make a successful deception check, I will give you advantage on the intimidation check.
Okay. Alrighty then. I am going to... Yep.
If it fails, you have disadvantage on the intimidation check.
That's... Okay. Sure. I'm going to use one of my 2 inspiration out the gate to give myself advantage right now on the deception check. First roll, not great. Second roll, slightly better. That is a 17 for the deception check.
17.
Mm-hmm.
I am just rolling an insight check for 5 of the different types of creatures around you.
Okay.
Shockingly, none of them are proficient in insight.
Shockingly.
Yeah, shockingly. Really? Not even this guy? Okay. You got lucky. Mm-hmm. So one of them has a +5 to this roll without proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the natural 1.
Nice.
So you see they all kind of lower their weapons and they start looking at each other, and you see them turn and start turning a little bit to what would be your left as you face the city. But go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay. Intimidation with advantage. First roll going out now. Second roll. All right. The higher of the 2 rolls is 25.
Okay. You see they start backing away from you and cowering a little bit. You see some of them start lowering their heads. You see one of them, you've seen his kind before, but he has very large horns and he has wings that were unfurled. And he has a lightning sword, and he has a whip that was lit with fire. And you see it slacks to the ground as he starts backing away. The only creature that is not lowering its head or backing away is ahead of you to your left, kind of towards the water. And it is wearing plate armor from head to toe. And it even has a tail that looks like it has plate around it. And you can see like hints of green skin underneath. And it looks like it has its head tilted a little bit to the side as you see large wings behind it, like green wings that have plate around it, around the important bone structures.
Mm-hmm.
And it is slowly walking your way, curious, but it doesn't seem to have bought what you said. But for now, they are not attacking you.
Incredible. I will use the rest of my turn to move 40 feet towards the city. He's not going to appear as though he's rushing. He is going to move with this flight and this thing to make it look like he's moving with authority. So he's going to fly towards the city in that manner.
Okay. You are now 260 feet away.
Getting there.
Yeah. All
He's
you gotta
sweating
do is do this.
profusely underneath the shadows.
We've all been there. Anybody who has ever been pulled over and you don't know why by a police officer feels the same way that he does now.
So I would imagine that Kiriki and Nephili and probably Castor might not have heard exactly what he said, but they might have been able to notice, at least Castor with his passive perception, that the demons backed off of him and he is moving towards the city somewhat safely. Hopefully that gives his party a little inclination.
If he said that in Abyssal, then nobody will know what he said.
That's
Except
true.
for Nepheli, who's way too far away to hear him.
Yeah.
Nepheli! It is your turn. You see Malachi, visible, slowly floating towards the city. The demons are not trying to kill him.
Okay. As my bonus action, I'm casting Sanctuary on myself to make myself untargetable to attacks. And with my action, I'd like to use dash and just book it towards the gates.
I don't like the silence.
You didn't hear me?
No,
I heard you.
Okay.
I don't
The other
like
guy's
Todd's
there.
silence.
Yeah.
A ward. You ward a creature within range against attacks. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must make a wisdom saving throw. So you're hoping hundreds of demons for hundreds of feet fail this saving throw.
I don't have a better option.
I just wanted to reiterate that. Okay. You start moving. Kiriki, you see her start walking towards all the demons. On the next turn, it is the demons. And she's not close enough for them to care about her. Even with her full movement and double movement, she's still well over 100 feet away, almost 200 feet. And all she did was use her action and movement, so she's roughly 240 feet away, I believe. So, Malachi.
Yes.
The demons are watching you, and then this one demon, you see her speak Abyssal, but it's not Abyssal that you recognize. It's in kind of a more harsher tone, like it's got more grit to it, and you can tell that she's using this accent on purpose. And then in Abyssal, that you can understand, you hear her say, "Let him pass." And if you're watching, which anybody in his position would be, only the older or larger demons seem to understand her. And then they kind of put their weapons away and look at the demons around them. They're smaller, and those demons will kind of like cower both at you and the bigger demons, and you don't get attacked. As
Beats.
you fly above them.
Heartbeats. So many heartbeats.
Castor, you are a bird. You're 120 feet from the wall. roughly 180 feet from Malachi. You see this happen. You're invisible.
Keep flying towards Malachi.
All right. So you're now over the demons. You move another 120 feet. So you're a lot closer. Kiriki, you're hasted. You got crackhead energy. Nefeli's got crackhead ideas.
Yeah. Kiriki sees her walking off, and like all of her sudden stuff focuses on Nefeli leaving, and she sprints forward, not trying to run, but absolutely fucking takes off. And Kiriki has lifted Malachi. I guarantee she can lift Nefeli without any issue. And Kiriki's like gonna grapple Nefeli, throw her over her shoulder, and walk back to where they were standing. I will make whatever strength or dexterity, whatever I need to make to pick up the child who wandered away. In Kiriki's eyes, Nefeli is a child.
Nefeli is underfed and quite young, so I will not have you make a strength check.
Yeah, you just get thrown over Kiriki's shoulder as she like speeds back to where they were and be like, no. We're not walking into the demons. Was I able to see Malachi starting to descend into the city?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to stay with the original plan. We will wait until they tell us to go in.
All right.
And if they die in the process, if my freaking thing could at least get into the city, we'll be fine. Or we'll just fucking get the fuck out of here. All right. That is the end of Kiriki's turn. She walks back with as much as she can back to where they were with Nefeli.
All right. Malachi, you keep going. It's your turn.
Yes, he is going to pick up the pace a little bit. He's going to use a dash action to move a full 80 feet closer towards the walls of the city. He is still flying, and he is still covered in the shadows.
Yeah, so I believe at this point you've gone 120 feet. So you have another 180 feet, but they're not going to attack you. Mm-hmm. So unless people want to initiate combat for some odd reason, then we can drop out and you can just slowly make your way there. It is about that point, though, that you will hear the flapping of wings, even though you see no birds.
Just under his breath, quite enough that... are there any demons within very close proximity to him at this point?
Within 30 feet, yes.
Within 30 feet. So if I whisper, would they hear me, these demons?
Roll a stealth check. Let's find out.
Okay.
How quiet can you be when you're nervous?
Malachi's pretty good at being quiet. Stealth check. Could be 16 quiet.
Yeah, that's pretty quiet.
He's just going to whisper, Castor, if you're around, just stay close, but don't do anything. I've got them convinced I'm on their side for now.
Am I close enough to hear that?
With your perception, you could have heard that from a lot further away.
All right.
And Malachi will continue moving in, assuming that the shield that has been put up does not stop him. He's going to move all the way into the city and try to float down to a safe rooftop that does not have people on it.
There's not a lot of rooftops per se. It's more of tents out here. Unless you want to go past the gate. But right after that barrier, you will see tents, caravans, wagons. There are just people littering this grassy area with, it looks like there's only one stone road that goes into the main gate. The gate is closed at the moment, but I mean, you're both flying, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out here, and they're just looking at you, shocked and amazed, and a little bit fearful. You see some of the guards are loading their bows.
As soon as he gets through the barrier and it feels like he is beyond the reach of the demons, he's going to drop the Shadow of Moyle so that he becomes normal in appearance again. And then he's going to speak out in, normal fucking language, not abyssal, to the guards. And he's going to shout out, I'm here sent by the gods, don't shoot. And then he's going to lower himself to the ground and look up to the sky within this dome and casts an Eldritch Blast to signal Kiriki that the teleportation is ready to go.
All right. And you hear people around you. He's sent by Poseidon. He's got Poseidon.
Yeah, sure. Fucking Poseidon. God damn it.
All right. Kiriki, you see his flare.
Think real long and hard about that candlestick.
Thinking real long and hard about that candlestick. But it's not
Malachi
my
drops
turn.
it out of his bag and drops it on the ground.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Are we still in
We're
the
out of
mission?
combat, so if you want to go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, as Kiriki is turning, still holding Nefeli. She has not dropped her. She sees it, and then Nefeli, you feel like a sudden woof, and they're gone, teleporting to the candlestick.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're not.
Oh shit.
Kiriki and Nefeli both. They get a sudden rush into their head and a sudden headache. Their vision blurs a little bit as they almost see like spots, black spots, and vision goes a little dark and purple before you realize where you are again. And you look around and no, you are not inside the city.
Are we still where we were?
Yes, ma'am.
Malachi is staring at the candlestick expectantly.
Kiriki is now swearing in another language. She does finally put Nefeli down.
You know, actually, I probably should have had you make a wisdom saving throw to see if you could have tackled her.
I think she's willing. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Oh.
Malachi's staring at the candlestick still, and just like under his breath, he's like, "Come on, Kiri, you can do it."
Make an Arcana check, Malachi.
Okay. 10. Actually, I'm gonna use my last inspiration. I'm gonna do another one. See if I can get any better than that. A little bit better. 14. Don't know if that's gonna help much.
I mean, so you tried to Dimension Door, which at its core is a teleport.
Yeah.
She's trying to teleport. It didn't work for whatever reason that you're not sure.
Mhm.
But you and Castor were able to just fly through it. So
Mhm.
it's highly possible that whatever this is keeping out people from trying to teleport in.
Mm.
I have the fly spell, but it's not prepared, so I'm just staring at it.
Malachi looks at the candlestick, has that little bit of realization, and then he just fuck, Castor.
I mean, I'm close enough, right? I can pop up.
Yeah.
I land next to him, and I both break the invisibility and turn into my human form.
You hear gasp all around you.
Oh, young Malachi, I'm so glad you're all right.
I'm fine. The Kiriki and Nefeli are still stuck behind enemy lines. They can't get through the teleport. They can't teleport through the shield.
Well, funnily enough, you can just pass through it physically. It's only the teleportation that gets blocked, apparently. I was able to fly through it.
They can pass through it, through the field, but they can't pass through the hundreds of demons, Castor.
That is concerning. How can we... Let me think.
Don't have much I can do.
One of the refugees nearby goes, "Why don't you just toss the candlestick outside and let them teleport there and then walk through?"
What's your name?
Cletus?
Yeah. My name
where-
is Eratos.
Eratos.
Yeah.
Malachi reaches in and to his pouch, tosses the man of platinum,
Ooh.
then
Platinum?
grabs the candlestick and tosses it just outside the shield, and then launches another Eldritch Blast into the sky. Get the picture, Kiri. Get the picture. Oh, you're smart.
Kiriki sees it and will trust it and try to teleport again.
All right.
She had put
Immediate-
Nefeli down, but she grabs her. She has a hold of her arm.
Immediately as you teleport, you see you are surrounded by demons. I mean, they're just towering over you, creating shadows where the sun doesn't even touch the spot where you are. And then about 12 feet away, you see Malachi and Castor just stand there. Then there's
Waving.
some guy biting on a coin.
Waving desperately for them to come towards him.
Yeah. Kiriki is still hasted. No, it's probably gone by now.
No,
No, it's 10 turns.
Oh, okay. So Kiriki will grab the candlestick and drag Nepheli inside.
All right. You guys are inside. You hear behind you, you hear the groans and the growls of demons as they try to swipe out at you, but they do not catch you in time because you are hasted.
Malachi fully leans against a wall nearby, takes a few deep breaths, wipes sweat from his brow. Oh, thank the gods. Okay. Turns out you can just go through it. Figures, right?
You can't see her face because of the mask, but you can feel that you were getting a look.
He looks up at her expressionless mask and just nods knowingly. I had to pull out some very tricky maneuver there. I'm glad they bought it long enough for me to get into safety. I'm sorry about the initial candlestick incident. I should have known that when it didn't work for me, it wouldn't work for you initially. But that man over there had a genius idea, and he's well earned a little bit of something for that.
He just waves.
It's good to know we're all working together now. We're all friends.
Who the fuck is that?
Why did his voice change?
Erthonius, I believe.
Eritas.
Erithos. I was close.
I grew up on the south side.
We should. Erithos. We need to meet with whoever's in charge of this city currently. We've been sent to help.
Who's in charge of the whole city?
Preferably.
Oh.
A general or a leader of some kind. Somebody who knows what's happening in this town and what's happening outside the walls as much as possible.
Well, I mean, y'all could just kind of go through, because, you know, you're heroes and stuff. Just go up to the gate, wave, and they'll probably just let you through.
Okay. Okay. Walks right past him and starts heading towards the gate.
Thank you, guys. I hope you come kill all the demons. God bless you.
MVP. Erithonus. Erithonus. Yeah. I'll get his name right, eventually.
It means
That
love,
guy.
but means love, but
Ah. Well, I love him. Anyways. Yeah. Unless anybody has other things they wanted to do or say, Malachi is walking straight up to the gate.
Okay. So one of the people you will see is, let's see here. There we go. Lieutenant Cassador. He looks very much like somebody who's about duty. He's standing up straight. He looks probably late 20s, early 30s. He has very pale skin, no scars or scratches, but he will salute you as you walk up and greet you as heroes sent by gods.
Malachi will give him a return salute, and then he's going to turn and motion to Nepheli. I think this is your part.
Am I still hang over Kiriki's shoulder like a sack of potatoes?
No, she put you down before the second teleport.
Hooray!
I was going to say that actually would change how this interaction goes, so yeah.
Yeah.
As Nepheli approaches, you see his jaw drop and his eyes go wide. He just kind of stutters.
It's a long story. No need for questions. Do you know where my father is?
Yes. He's rallied so many people to his side. Your death. He said you were dead. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're not. But his death brought so many to support him. We're so glad you're alive. He'll be so happy to see you. He looks like he means it.
I'm sure of it. Is
He
he
says,
at the estate?
I'm sorry?
Nepheli is going to ask, is he at the estate?
I apologize, but I don't know. I've been stuck here ever since these creatures showed up. I am Lieutenant Cassador. I serve directly under Marios Totalis. And Nepheli, you would know that as the general of the entire army and guards who oversee Corinth. and he's one of the members of the ruling body, the Golden Assembly.
By the way, who's doing is the barrier around the city?
He shrugs. They just couldn't come in. We don't understand it. You see some of the people, like, nervously, some of the guards nervously look towards you guys and look at him. We're just hoping it stays this way.
Could I vibe check him to see whether he's telling the truth?
Yeah, do an insight check.
Roll a vibe check.
Yeah,
vibe check.
In the meantime, when this interaction happens, I give Kiriki and Malachi a look, kind of like there's more than like, where did this come from? Who is she? Like, really...
Yeah. Malachi just like raises his eyebrows and gives a little nod.
Okay.
Talking about Nefeli?
Yeah.
Oh.
He figured she'd step up. That's why he motioned towards her.
All right, vibe check. How'd you do?
A 15.
You think he is sincere in what he is saying.
Okay. In that case, she's just going to walk towards the closer of the group and say, if anyone asks, I'm headed over to the estate. We have to discuss a few things. Thank you for defending the city.
He nods his head in respect. Please let your father know that I was helpful.
I don't think she's going to say anything more, just like start leading the party towards where her estate is.
Yeah, they raise the gate and you go in through the Isthmian gate, and it is crowded. I mean, you can see there's a lot of people in the streets here. Like they just opened the gate and people ran in. And you know that headed in, you can go past the harbor on your left, which has a lot of buildings connected to it. And then kind of straight ahead from there, you will go into the Agora and Merchant Quarter. And headed west in that quarter is where your estate is. But as you kind of go past the harbor, you will notice that somebody's watching you. And then he starts to kind of keep pace with you. It does look like it is his intention to break conversation. Do you want to slow down, or do you want him to catch up to you? Do you want him to work for it?
Make him work for it.
Right. As you get closer to the Grigor's estate inside the merchant quarters, you see he kind of stops you and he says, "Hold on a second." And even though he speaks that way, he's wearing what looks like half-plate armor, and he has a nice sword on his back. Castor, you can tell that his armor has been painted over to look nicer or to look different than it is. It is looking shiny with like gold trim around it, but with your passive perception, you know it's not real gold, it's painted. He has blue chitin clothing under the plate. The sword on his back is actually nice though, but he looks probably early 20s, even though the way he speaks and what he speaks of puts him a little bit past his age. And he doesn't carry himself like someone in his early 20s. But he has dark skin and he has dreads that are pulled back kind of loosely to be in kind of a ponytail behind his head. And he will introduce himself. He says, "Hello there. My name is Boren Cromwell. I would like to speak to you alone for a second before you go in."
Who is he addressing this to?
Nefeli.
Is the privacy truly necessary?
He kind of looks around. Yes, I believe something is wrong.
Nefel is going to raise her hand to like signal the group to wait for her a little bit. And she's going to step aside towards the man, but like making sure she's still like in view of the rest of the party.
Right. He'll be quick. He'll tell you, it's not a lot of times that there's newcomers to the city at the moment. It's mostly just the dead that are brought in. Nobody can get past the demons. And you were sent by gods, I guess, but you're pretty good at it. There's something going on here. Every night, people die. No wounds, no poison. They just die for no reason. Yeah, nobody's really paying attention to that because of the army of demons outside. But I think they're connected somehow. There's something going on here. You have connections that I don't because I'm a stranger here. But if you could please, keep your eyes out. Remember my name, Boren. If you find out anything, we can help each other.
Is there any pattern in who dies?
No, it seems to be completely random. There's just no wounds, no sickness, no nothing. Mothers, fathers, children. There's no discrimination to it.
Has it started the same day that the demons arrived?
He says, I'm not sure. I arrived a few days after them. I was able to fight my way through, but I was one of the last people to make it into the city.
All right, I'll keep your request in mind. I'll discuss it with my father and some of the guards. I promise I'll look into it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And he kind of gives you a deep bow.
Well, she's off talking to that dude. Malachi gets closer to Kiriki and kind of like puts his hand on her shoulder for a second, leans in close, and is like, "This is a lot of people. Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. It is a very dizzying effect, though.
Okay, just let me know if there's anything I could do.
What you can do.
I know, but it feels nice to say it.
I feel like it just, makes you feel better.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
I try to tell myself there's things I can do, just to get through. We're getting into details. Not very important.
Castor, can you hear what they're saying?
Todd, can I hear what they're saying?
If you would like to hear what they're saying, make a perception check.
Perceive, Mr. Perceiver.
And I'm a perceiver.
Although, if I try to hone in after she asked me, I might have missed the beginning of their conversation. You know what I mean? If I wasn't paying it, because I was not paying that much attention, I would say 18 total.
Okay, well, he rolled a 5. So, he looks strong and durable. Not very
Good job,
sneaky.
Boren.
Yeah. So I have this really big secret, you hear? Castor, you hear everything he says.
All right.
His voice is quiet, and he's just talking to Nefeli with his head down, so a lot of people not paying attention will not hear him. But you guys paying attention, y'all can hear him. Castor, you catch everything.
Okay. Yes, I can hear what they're saying.
Care to share?
Let's just first see if young Nefeli feels like sharing herself. It's not my conversation to share.
I hate secrets. Fine.
Nefeli is going to return to the group and say, so he told me that there are random people dying every night. He asked me to look into it.
Oh, that sounds like they are shapeshifters amongst them. Face stealers?
Great! This is a horror I haven't anticipated. Anyway.
You should start anticipating horrors. There's a lot of shit going on.
That doesn't sound like the face dealers.
It doesn't?
No.
Do we need silver against them?
If Malachi will say this, if they were the face stealers, then the people wouldn't be dead. They would just be there, but acting stranger than normal.
I meant along the lines that the face stealers were sneaking around the city killing people.
Oh, so I don't know if she covers this, but Castor can tell you that he told her that there was no wounds or anything.
Mm. It
Everything
sounds like
seemed to be fine.
he
Sounds
said
like
that
we
they.
need to see a body.
Yeah, I would like to examine one. If they have them.
I think the most obvious connection would be here to see if this started as the demons appeared, because we
we're under the assumption that the city was doing something to keep the demons at bay, but that is not the case. So there is something much larger afoot here.
I assumed it was one of the gods, personally.
Truth be told, I haven't seen the city employ any sort of barrier like this as before, but what I know of magic, perhaps they are the cost.
Like the field is powered by the dead? Or the lives of the now dead, I should say.
Perhaps that's the best idea I have.
We'll be able to find out more if we see the bodies. Let's continue what we were originally doing. I believe you need to talk to your father. Is that correct?
Yes, I need to make sure whether my family is still alive.
And just to be clear, this is the father that raised you, not the one that is genetically your father.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we're not going to come face to face with Zeus today. That's not on my bucket list.
I feel like that'd be very helpful, and there wouldn't be an army of demons outside if that were the case.
Maybe.
Which is not wrong.
Let's go.
Right. So you guys walk through the merchant quarter, and in the center of it is the agora. The agora where there's like a huge fountain that seems to be a fountain of Athena, and then there's tents surrounding it, like a marketplace. And where you come from, you'll be passing through the house Pyros, and on the left is another house, another noble house, and then past that, on the left, is the house of Grigoris. But what's known as the Artisan Alley is to the far right. So you know those two places if you need to go through anything. You can buy stuff or have stuff done here in this kind of quarter. But as you walk up to the gates, you guys have never seen such a lavish walled gate. I mean, this thing, it looks like it was first wood, and then it was built with stone columns, and then there was gold inlaid into it. Just whoever this is, her father, her stepfather, her adopted father, he came and has built himself up to a very wealthy position. And with what the guards said about everybody coming up to back Grigoris after your death, Nefeli, you think he might have slightly embellished things in order to get a little bit more of a lean.
Nefarious.
Yeah, he's a merchant. What do you want? I'm kidding. So you guys approach, and there's a man who's just staring. His name is Dorian, and Nefeli, you know him because he has worked for your father since you were a little girl. He is the senior gate guard. He's a veteran with a comm, and he usually keeps like a poker face, but he seems to notice everything and reacts to very little. He's very controlled. He'll just tell people what needs to be done, and they either do it or they're out. But he maintains the visitor logs. He controls entry and exit. He delays people for verification. He reports everything on staff and guests alike. So he is very loyal. But you approach and he's just staring at you, and he's like, Nefeli? Is that you?
Yes, I may not look like it temporarily, and she's going to
He doesn't let you finish, and he starts hugging you. He just runs up and gives you like a hug, a really hard hug. The little girl I grew up with. You're alive.
She's going to momentarily stiffen in his arms, unsure what to do. She's already been woman-handled by Kiriki.
He backs up and he kind of like brushes your sleeves down. He kind of straightens his own uniform and his armor, and he says, apologize. Lady Nefeli, it's so good to see you again. Welcome home. You and your... He kind of looks around at the people behind you, and he's like, friends?
Two dirty psychopaths and an old man.
Yes, they're the ones who have rescued me. I owe them my life.
He holds his hand out to shake every one of your hands.
Malachi will happily shake his hand and tell him his name.
Malachi, thank you. You see, he does. He kind of nods to like a scroll behind him with a pen. He's like, "How do you spell that?"
Malachi.
Okay, thank you. Wise one, what is your name? And he holds his hand out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand with both my hands, I clasp around.
Yeah.
I'm Castor, very pleasant to meet you.
Is that with a K or a C?
It's with a K.
Okay.
Really? I always assumed it was a C.
You know what they say about assume?
No, what?
You
Everybody
make an
just
ass
stares at
of you and me.
That must be a god thing.
I like that.
He smiles and he holds his hand out to Kiriki. He goes, "What is your name, young savior?"
Kyung. Kiriki will stare at his hand, not shake it. My name is Kiriki.
How do you spell that?
Kyria Kai.
Okay. He kind of like points to everybody, repeats their names. Okay, thank you. Of course you're welcome in.
Why did you need our name spelling?
It's one of my jobs here is to keep track of who's in and out. I mean, I don't really know how to spell that.
You don't
Malachi.
know how to spell, but you keep track of names?
Everybody's name is different. Ma'am, I'm just trying to do my job. I'm sorry. Jeez, you're mean.
What?
Dorian, if I may please ask of you, could you speak with the servants and request for lodgings to be prepared for my allies? I am not sure how long we are going to stay in the city, and I want to make sure they receive the best place to rest, patch up their wounds, and a proper meal.
Of course, my lady. We only have 2 guest rooms that suit heroes such as these, but I will have them prepared immediately.
Thank you very much, and it's good to see you too.
He smiles. He knocks on the door, and it opens. You see 2 guards on the inside. You see a guard kind of by the fountain just on the inner courtyard. So as you guys go in, there is a very large courtyard with trees bordering it on either side. At the opposite end of it, there is a doorway going into a stone wall. Other than the guards and the trees in here, there seems to be a very lavish garden that is strictly for flowers in the center of this area. And then there's a stone pathway going on either side of it that comes together at the other end of this entryway or this inner courtyard to go to the one small door on the other side. There is a slight alcove to the right as soon as you come in the gate, but there's benches there, and it looks like maybe it's a place for people to either wait or just go there if they were on a long journey or something like that. Hard to say. And then there's a small fountain to the left where you can wash your hands or wash your face as you come in also. It is decently large. This inner courtyard is roughly 40 feet wide and about 60 or 70 feet long. So this is no small estate. It is very large. However, Castor, you hear screams, you hear crashing sounds, and you hear exclamations of people surprised. And a few seconds later, you see the weirdest fucking dog come running full sprint around the corner into this inner courtyard, and it is heading straight for Nefeli.
Does it look menacing to me or happy?
It looks very menacing. It has it is like a fluffy white, like a long nose. It's a little tall, decently tall. It's a few feet tall. Comes just running, this long fluffy tail sailing behind it. It does not look like it's been well taken care of here recently, but like it charges at you, and I need you to make either a acrobatics or athletics check or just let it happen.
I'm gonna let it happen.
You gonna let it happen? This thing tackles you to the ground and just starts smothering you in kisses and rubbing itself against you, like its face, its head. You hear almost kind of a whining sound as it does.
Uzo, calm down. I'm here. I'm happy to see you as well. And she's going to, like, cradle the dog towards her chest, like, bury her face in its fur.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take a long moment, like, not caring that she's currently sprawled out on the ground. Just taking it in. She's missed that dog.
Yeah. While this happens, the rest of you guys will see a woman. Like, there was some guards that started to come around the corner and then stopped, and then a woman comes to the doorway and then stops and is just standing there. And she looks older, but she has pale skin. She's wearing golden bracelets, fancy rings. She's got kind of a white and blue theme going on. Very nice necklace and nice earrings with jewels in them. And she has dark eyes and what looks like brown hair with like white or gray streaks coming through it. And she's just standing there, and she leans against the doorway and just smiles, but she doesn't say anything.
Do I notice her?
Whenever you're done with Uzo, yeah.
Yeah, Nefel is going to stand up, like, pat Uzo on its side, to, like, gesture to him to stay close. And she's going to look at that woman and say, "Hello, Mother. I'm glad to be back."
You can see she doesn't say anything, and you can see tears coming down her face as she has her lips pursed and she's shaking her head no. And she opens her arms up wide and just kind of takes one step towards you and gestures for you to come to her.
Nefeli runs up to her, throw her arms around her, and just hold her for a long moment and say, "These people, they're the ones who saved me." And she's slowly gonna take a step back and gesture to the group and say, "This is Amalthea, my mother. Mother, this is Castor, Kireki, and Malachi."
She tries to say thank you, but is just full tears. And, like, she has a hold of Nefeli, and, like, she was squeezing you, gripping you while you were hugging her. And then she's got a hold of your shoulder now and just, like, a death grip on you. And whenever she goes to speak, she just starts crying out loud, and she just covers her mouth, and kind of apologizes through tears. And she just says, "Thank you."
Malachi gives a bit of a half bow towards her. "Thank you for letting us into your palace, ma'am. It is quite beautiful, and we're glad to have returned your daughter back to you safely."
After a moment, she will try to calm herself enough to say that she will speak to her husband and see that you are properly rewarded for her daughter's safe return.
Malachi's not going to shrug at that. He just lets it happen.
About Father, I need to speak to him. I've received strange news regarding what is happening to some people in the city.
She kind of looks surprised that you want to talk to him. And she says, "Of course, I believe he's in his study." She says, "There's so much news going around. What do you have?"
Apparently, random people have started dropping dead in the city every night. There's this young man, Borin Cromwell. He stopped me on our way into the city, requested our help with this.
She kind of looks like she's thinking. She's like, "The name doesn't sound familiar, and as far as I know, people aren't dying around the city. I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, anybody outside the walls, of course. These things. Oh my god. How did you get through them?"
Well, my new allies have helped me with this as well.
We are blessed with many gifts from the gods, and they have allowed us to pass through this place relatively safely.
She almost starts crying again. She brings her face up to her hand up to cover her lower face as she tries to talk. She's like, think Poseidon, you were sent here.
Yeah, sure. Malachi, looks off in the distance, unamused for a moment.
She says, do you all serve Poseidon?
No.
No.
No? She kind of looks at you, surprised, Malachi. Our biggest temple in Corinth is actually to Poseidon.
That's good news to know. No. He motions to his breastplate, which is the obvious sign that everybody points at. And he says, we helped defend a city that was dedicated to Poseidon a while back, and I commandeered the armor for my safety. But I am servant to another god, not Poseidon himself. This is merely a boon that was given to me.
She looks very confused, but she says, oh, okay. If there's anything we can do to help you, please, let us know.
Mother, I also must ask you, do you know whether Grandpa is safe?
She kind of lowers her head. I'm sorry. I don't.
Hopefully, the old man has figured out a way to stay alive. Anyway, I think we are going to stay for tonight, refresh ourselves. But how is this barrier protecting the city? I don't recall us ever using anything of this sort.
She shrugs. We don't know. None of us. We've all talked about it. I mean, my husband, he's in the assembly, so he speaks to them the most, but nobody seems to know. We just don't.
That is strange. I'll talk to you later. I need to check in with Father.
She still squeezing your arm, trying to it looks like she's trying to convince herself to let go, like she's looking at her hand. And she says, please don't leave. Stay with us.
There are some things I need to take care of, but you don't have to worry. I've survived some things. I'm certain I'll survive many more.
She smiles. I'm just glad the gods have brought you back to me.
Not gods. This time, it was people.
And you guys have been walking through the central atrium, which has a resplendent fountain. This fountain's easily 30 feet tall, and it looks like it's about 25 feet in diameter. And there is a very lavish carpet around it, and there are benches, seats, potted plants, amphorae of wine around. And there are servants just moving about. They either look busy or they're trying to look busy. But you have been led by your mother to the kind of far right of the central atrium. And going straight, you would go into your suite or bedroom. But the direction that she's having you go is to the right of that, which would go towards the back into Grigor's office area or study, which he keeps locked at all times. And he has a key. But you have never been allowed in there. But you've seen in there through opening and closing of the door, it looks like there's just a desk and a lot of bookshelves. But you kind of walk between the pillars and columns and walls that lead to your room and the guest bedrooms to the right, and past a small pathway, you can see the doorway to the office. And it looks like he is stepping out, and he turns around and locks it, trying to maintain eye contact with you. You guys see an older man. He's got some gray and black in his hair and beard. He looks very finely dressed. not too many wrinkles. He looks like a handsome man, or at least he used to be. And his hands have kind of a purple hue to them. And you can see they are scarred up and swollen. He just turns around and he does not smile or embrace Nefeli.
Father, I'd like to see you.
He kind of just stands there. You've seen me. Speak, girl.
Regarding the barrier, does anyone know how the city is being protected?
He looks like he is glaring at you, burning a hole through you. What gives you the right to come back here after disappearing, leaving your mother like that, and assuming that you can just ask questions and have them answered?
I didn't leave. I was kidnapped. There's a difference.
Have you told your mother that? Of course not. You probably just made that up.
Hey,
Malachi
I don't like your tone, sir.
Malachi steps forward and puts a hand on Kirky's shoulder, knowing full well what that man just said is going to set her off. It's okay.
I think you should speak kinder.
To someone who manipulates?
Sir, if I may, we mean all due respect in your home, but your daughter has just suffered a great deal of punishment from demonic forces and survived, despite all the odds. I think she's due some respect.
You're right. He starts walking past y'all without caring. I need wine. I need a drink. Why don't you ask her about the respect her nanny was given?
Malachi will move to be next to him as he's walking and look over at him and say, Sir, if I could have a moment of your time.
Keep walking and you can. I'm going to have a drink.
I could kill him. It would be so easy.
Listen, I don't demand that you pay attention to us. I don't demand that you respect us, but the very least you could do is hear us out.
No, I demand respect. I don't know about him.
He keeps walking. He says over his shoulder, over a drink.
Malachi stops. Malachi stops as he's walking and as the rest of the group kind of make up their way to him. He turns to Nefeli and says, your father's going to be a problem if he keeps acting like this. And I don't mean with me. I mean with Kiriki. She will fucking kill him.
Nefeli doesn't react outwardly. In fact, ever since her father uttered the first words, she's got like a tiny, tiny polite smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. She's got 1,000 yard stare. And she's just going to say, I'm afraid there's not much I can do about it.
Let's hope this interaction is quick, then. There's a lack of patience in this group. The Castor holds all of it.
This man really tests my patience.
Then we're fucked. Let's go.
For the first time since arriving in Corinth, even the demons outside the city's walls seemed less concerning than whatever thoughts were currently passing through Kiriki's head. And ahead of them, entirely unaware of the danger he was in, Grigoris continued walking away with the confidence of a man who believed himself untouchable, which, through the minds of the members of this party, quietly realized was probably the funniest and dumbest thing anyone could ever think. Until next week.